It was the summer of 1995, 28 years ago, which saw something momentous. There was a battle of music in the British music industry between two very, very popular bands, music bands, Oasis and Blur. They were at towards their peak, and they were going to release a song on the same week, and they wanted to become the top of the music charts. Blur were releasing Country House, and Oasis were releasing a song called Roll With It, two of the biggest songs of the 1990s. So what happened, friends, over here? There was a whole rivalry that went on. There was insults that were being branded from one band to the other, bad wishes among each other. At the end, between the two bands itself, they sold a staggering 500,000 copies of music records, which was astounding in the British industry. Country House of Blur sold 274,000 copies, which was absolutely huge amount, and reached number one. And Roll With It also sold a huge amount of 216,000, albeit they will finish second and, let's just say, lose this war between the two bands. However, these insults that were branded and bad wishes between the members of the different bands, it became very high profile in the British media industry, the British music industry, and it is even spoken about in modern day as one of the famous battles. However, is this a message, friends, that we want to come into within regards to rivalry? We see all throughout for example, inside the Torah, rivalry sometimes can be a healthy thing. We see that rivalry, when someone gets another position, which could be potentially a better position than someone else, and they could be a close relative, one should be happy for the other person. One should be feeling inside themselves as if, the joy that they would get that position among themselves. For example, we learn inside the Torah within regards to Moshe and Aaron. When Moshe was related over that he would become the leader of Am Yisrael, especially when they go through the wilderness for the 40 years, he was worried that his brother Aaron, who was older than him by 3 years, would maybe not feel as comfortable because he's the older one, he's firstborn. However, Hashem assured him, God assured him that he's going to be sameach, he's going to be happy and joyous. And that was what happened when he actually was instituted the leader of Am Yisrael. Aaron greeted him with elation, as if it was himself that became the leader. And as a reward, later on, he became the high priest. We learn inside the Torah, he became the Kohen, the main priest, the Kohen Gadol, at the time of the times in the Midbar. And we see that rivalry, when it's done in a healthy manner, it can be actually very, very constructive. We're relating over 30 years ago within regards to the British Parliament, at the time when it was John Major and Tony Blair, when John Major was Prime Minister, many people were praising the British Parliament at the time, how healthy it was, that there was good relationships among each other, that when especially in those days, the democracy of the United Kingdom, they worked with each other on different issues, core different issues. There was a healthy relationship. And nowadays, in many governments we see across the entire world, sometimes it's a dog-eat-dog attitude people have among each other. It's not necessarily who is the better candidate. People brandish each other in their advertisements and everything else. Who is the worst candidate? You should vote for me because such and such is this and that. He's doing these bad things. But that's unhealthy when it comes to rivalry. When it comes to rivalry, especially politically, the most healthiest thing is when one candidate is saying to the other candidate, what can I offer which is really, really good? Which aspects am I really very good at? Not what the other person might be lacking in, what I am good at. And when rivalry is done, when we are promoting and boosting ourselves as opposed to denigrating others, mocking other people, that's the healthiest form of debate. And that's where people end up, governments, that's where countries end up thriving. When rivalry is done in a very healthy manner, in a very glorious manner, that's something that very much is accommodable and very much celebrated. And very much that's seen, like it used to be many years ago, we see even in football matches. It used to be the teams got together and they tried to tackle each other, they tried to dirty foul each other, they tried to headbutt each other, whatever it might be. But nowadays, how beautiful it is that you go inside a World Cup game where everyone, the two opposite teams, the two opposite countries, they come together, they do a lap of honor before, they shake hands, all the different players together. In fact, we saw many years ago, recent years, that when one team, one player even, will refuse to shake the hand of another player, how much the media will be in uproar. As in, how dare he didn't shake his hand? How dare he didn't bring, let's say, shalom upon each other? I think it's a beautiful thing that when the two teams, they come together and they play with regards to a World Cup match or a Champions League game or a Premier League game, they come together and they shake each other's hands within regards to comradeship, within regards to friendliness. You know how healthy that is. And we see inside the Torah also, within regards to the two tribes, there was Yisachar and Zvulun. There was not a rivalry like the two siblings could have when, you know, I'm more important. Yisachar could have had that attitude where I'm learning the Torah, I'm fixing the calendar, we are doing, instituting all the Chagim and everything else that will be followed in many years. And Zvulun, another tribe that was a brother of Yisachar, did not have the attitude that I'm earning the money. I'm the breadwinner over here in this brothership and everything else. No, it was healthy at the end of the day. They both knew their different roles and they were the best versions of themselves. And that's what we can take from this Rosh Hashana we're coming into. How can we become the best versions of ourselves? Really, we are rivals. All of us are rivals against each other. What is our biggest rival? We all come with New Year's resolutions. We want to become, someone might want to lose weight, let's just say. Someone might not want to be so lazy. Someone might want to be better with their kids. Someone might want to go to shul, synagogue, more often, not miss a shacharit minin. Someone might even have a challenge within regards to keeping Shabbat. Someone might have a challenge within keeping kosher. What is our biggest rivals? We all have this rival. Everyone, whatever level they're in, it's called the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, where it's always telling us no, not to do it. One should not daven in a specific minyan. One should not work 8 hours. One should take breaks. One should gossip and say lashon hara. One should try and show off to others. But that is the Yetzer Hara is fighting us, and that is our main rival over here. In this year, in Rosh Hashana, we all come with New Year's resolutions, and we need to actually get the best resolution possible. The resolution that is going to help us fight the Yetzer Hara. The resolution that is going to make us become the best versions of ourselves. And we know, actually, that at the end, when it comes to Mei HaEsrim, hopefully Moshiach is going to come beforehand, Hashem is not going to ask us, why weren't you such and such? They can ask us, why weren't we us, the person? Why weren't we Peter? Why weren't we John? Why weren't we Timothy? Whatever it might name be. Why weren't we ourselves, the best version that we could have been? That's what he's going to ask us. And that's what we can take from this Rosh Hashana. We've got to try and become the best versions of ourselves and fight, be good rivals against each other. When we want to do a competition, whatever it might be, we are envisioning a competition. We are fighting in a competition to become the best versions of ourselves, the best friend to another person also. And we should be sameach, we should be happy if someone hears good news straight away. We should be happy when, even if it's someone that we don't like so much, it does well. We should try and invest in every single person and, become the best versions of ourselves. And actually, just going back to it, back in 1995, when I started the talking about the rivalry between the two music bands of Oasis and Blur, where they cursed each other, where they insulted each other, albeit they were at the top of their game, they were the most famous people in the United Kingdom, they sent a bad message, and not a good message out to the rest of the 60 million population. They sent a message to everybody that rivalry should be bittery. It should be derogatory. We should insult other people and all those things. And that was a wrong message he sent out to 60 million people. They were on the top of their game there, and they missed an opportunity at the time. They could have both, as they were the top two music artists in the UK industry, they could have sent a powerful message out to all of the teenagers of the United Kingdom, all the entire British population, and say, we are friends, we are rivals, we appreciate the music that we each give. They've got this style, we've got another style. We want to complement each other and everything else. And they did not do that at the time in 1995, and they sent a wrong message out. And imagine, they missed an opportunity here. They could have imagine what they could have done by actually having a good rivalry among each other and not a bad rivalry, which happened to be. Now, I'd like to dedicate this Rosh Hashana sermon in memory of someone that just passed away. A good friend of mine, his mother passed away. Her name was Brenda Frame, and her Hebrew name is, we could say it as if it was Brenda, but Sydney Don. That was her Hebrew name, her name, and let's do some tefillot in her memory, and say brachot in her memory, and maybe this her Lilu Nishmat, and may her family have a consolation and see so much blessings this year, this Rosh Hashana that is coming, and just brachot. Guys, have a Shana Tova u'metuka, k'tiva v'chatima tova, and have a great day.